almost the Lunar New Year, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share some wonderful picture books that celebrate this holiday. Now, some people call this the Chinese New Year, but that doesn't truly represent the variety of countries that celebrate this holiday. So it is preferable to use the term Lunar New Year, and I tried to get as many books as I could that use this term. Now, the Lunar New Year begins with the first new moon of the lunar calendar and usually lasts for 15 days. And each of the books that I have today will kind of give more information about the holiday and how it's celebrated. But first, if you're new here, my name is Sarah, and I show up on this YouTube channel every Sunday night with read aloud tips and book ideas that you can use in your classroom right away. If that sounds like something you're interested in, give this video a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below. Now, let's jump into those Lunar New Year books. The first book that I have is called Bringing in the New Year by Grace Lin. Now, this is the perfect book to get started with learning about Lunar New Year because it's very simple, very basic, and just goes over the ways that it's celebrated by different families. So this one tells the story of a young girl and her family as they get ready for Lunar New Year. They hang poems, they make dumplings, they sweep the house, and when it's time to celebrate, there will be fireworks and lanterns, lion dancers, and even a dragon parade. Bringing in the New Year is a great picture book to get started with learning about this holiday. The next book that I have is The Nyan Monster. This one is by Andrea Wang, and it's about a young girl and her popo as they get ready for the Lunar New Year. And as they're decorating their home with red decorations, Popo explains about the terrible Nyan Monster who ate villages until he was defeated by loud sounds, fire, and the color red, all traditions made to keep him away. And then suddenly, the monster appears, and not only is he not scared of the red decorations, but he is hungry. So this clever girl outsmarts the monster with a favorite Lunar New Year tradition: yummy food. Another good book to read for Lunar New Year. This next book is a sweet story that I think especially your youngest students will really appreciate and connect with. This one is called A Sweet New Year for Ren. Ren really wants to help her parents cook for Lunar New Year, but they keep telling her that she's too little. But when her big brother Charlie comes home, he shows her how to roll out the dough for pineapple cakes. And Ren is so happy and pleased, especially when her whole family gathers for Lunar New Year and they all enjoy her delicious pineapple cakes. And she feels like she's fully participated in this wonderful holiday. And I like that even in the back of the story, there is a recipe for pineapple cakes that you can share with your students as well. Another great picture book for Lunar New Year. And something that I want to start doing is, a lot of times I share picture books on this channel, but I want to start including some chapter books or some novels that I think would be great for you to incorporate into your classroom depending on the age level that you teach. So this next one is a short chapter book, and it's called Mindy Kim and the Lunar New Year Parade. Now, this book is part of the Mindy Kim series, which I highly recommend. There are some great stories to share with your students. But in this story, it's Mindy's first Lunar New Year since her mom has passed away. And despite her best efforts to make delicious Korean New Year foods, it just doesn't feel right. But her dad and her new friends help her find joy in not only familiar traditions, but they help to create new wonderful traditions together. Another great read aloud. This next one is called Sam and the Lucky Money. This one is a little bit wordier of a picture book, so definitely put aside some time to read this one, but it has a great message to it as well. It's Lunar New Year's Day, and Sam is so excited. He can hardly wait to go shopping because his grandparents have given him the traditional gift of lucky money in a red envelope. And the best part is Sam is finally old enough to spend it any way that he chooses. And he gets to spend it in his favorite place, Chinatown. But then Sam realized that his grandparents' gift is not enough to purchase the things that he wants. And that excitement turns to disappointment. And even though his mom reminds him that he should appreciate his gift, Sam is not quite convinced until a surprise encounter with a stranger. And you'll have to read the book with your students to find out that no gift is too small when it comes from the heart. Now, this last one is my favorite of the whole collection, and while it definitely focuses on Lunar New Year, it can be used any time of the year to talk about some different subjects with your students. This one is called Friends Are Friends Forever. At the beginning of the story, a young girl is celebrating her last Lunar New Year with her best friend. And she's thinking about everything that they do together is gonna be their last one before she moves to America. And while she's trying to have fun, she's also sad that she's not going to be celebrating with her friend anymore. And on the last day together, her friend hands her a red stack of paper and a spool of string so that she can make cutouts with her new friends that she makes in America without forgetting about her friends that she has right now. And so when she does move to America and she's learning about new culture and trying to speak a new language, another child reaches out and the two become very good friends. And she invites her to her Lunar New Year celebration with her family. And she remembers the great time she had celebrating the Lunar New Year in China, but also the new tradition she's going to start in America celebrating with her new friends. So again, not only is this book about Lunar New Year, but it's a great story of friendship, about reaching out to others, and about celebrating together. And I just realized that I do have another book to share with you. This is a brand new book, and you'll hear some more about it in my new January picture book video. But this one is called Chloe's Lunar New Year. So again, this one was just released in January 2023, but another great read to celebrate Lunar New Year with your students. In this story, it's almost Lunar New Year and Chloe can't wait to celebrate. But first, her family must prepare for the holiday. They buy new shoes, lay out good luck oranges in a bowl, decorate the red envelope, and make a crispy turnip cake. Everyone comes together to make this fantastic feast and to eat all the yummy food together. And Chloe loves everything about the holiday, especially spending time with her family. And in this book, there's a lot of back matter that contains educational facts about Lunar New Year and how it's celebrated in Taiwan. And this one also includes a yummy recipe to share with your students as well. So I hope you found these books helpful and that you'll be able to read aloud some of these stories with your students to celebrate the Lunar New Year with them and to help them learn all about this wonderful holiday. And make sure you stay tuned for next week's video because I will have some Caldecott predictions that I think might win the award this year. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on them as well. So make sure you stay tuned for next Sunday's video. Have a great week.